Hello everyone, welcome to DNA Life Organization. Today I am here with Dr. Malali Gowda, founder and president of DNA Life Organization. So today I am going to take interview about the DNA Life and working of DNA Life and what is the future and vision of DNA Life Organization. So now we are here with Dr. Malali Gowda.
Namaste. Welcome everybody. So you know me. So I always associate with the plants. Today we are going to discuss about how this vegetation, it's God-given gift on planet Earth, and as a human, how we have already been done last 30 years. And how we can enhance. So I'm very proud to tell to the world we can revive the earth much better. You can see all the life forms. We are going to discuss about it.
Okay, so Dr. Malali Gowda, can you tell me that what is the DNA Life Organization?
So DNA Life Organization is a non-profit non-governmental organization. It was incorporated initially BCRT, Biodiversity Conservation Research Trust, in Asan district in Anuganal village. So recently organization has been registered as DNA Life in Mehelanka, Bengaluru. So the organization vision is to educate the mass from family to the community and then revive lost vegetations, convert all the barren land into vegetation using diverse plants, and also how these plants will be used for benefit to the human and also to the environment. So it is a win-win situation. The organization has done a wonderful work. So welcome to DNA Life.
Okay, so first questions comes to our mind, what is DNA and why DNA Life?
Okay, so DNA is a deoxyribonucleic acid. We all studied in our 8th grade, 10th grade. It's a molecule. It's called life molecule. Suppose I have my every cell, I have a trillions of cells. Every cell has DNA, A, T, G, C, 4 molecules, but they are arranged in different ways. But I am standing with this plant. It's a bamboo. This also has DNA. It also has ATGC, but the arrangement is different. So what Malali Gowda as a human is a different arrangement of DNA. The plants have also DNA. They have a different arrangement. So this is evolved millions of years from the combination of chemical molecules. So you can see a lot of plants. So they have wide DNA arrangements. So it is like a combinatorial. So diversity exists at the DNA, and that DNA diversity we can see the phenotype, different leaf, different roots, different stem, and all this. The character determined by genes. So that's what we put that as a biological term into a reviving the ecosystem.
Okay, so what are the works DNA Life has done in past and now, and in present what DNA Life is doing now?
So since my childhood, more than 40 years, I grew up in a village called Anuganal in Asan district. My village was full of vegetation, and I was born and brought up in the kind of jungle. So as I started studying 10th grade, 12th grade, degree, PhD, postdoc, so our land has been depleted. So what I felt, I think as a biology student, we should revive it. It is not destruction. So a lot of farmers remove the vegetation, just growing monocrops. So what my vision was to use these farmers. They are the real scientists, kind to me, and they are the reforester. Started with my father, and I used to help him, dibbling the saplings in the land, in the barns, everywhere. So that taught me a lesson. And just dibbling the seedlings, I saw the big trees in a span of maybe 5 to 10 years. So that education was always there, the skill education from my childhood. When I graduated, when I was doing PhD in the Maharaja Shaji Rao University, Baroda, I took a U-turn back to my village, and then using farmers, I set up an organization. Every farmer has to plant diverse trees, and do the agriculture. So nobody should do just growing crops. So of course we need it for the food. At the same time, we need it for the shelter, or medicine, or even shade. And these plants bring the diversity. That is the motto. So in the initial phase, what we did, I requested all my village people, kids to elderly people, had a meeting, panchayat, village panchayat. So I want to do something for my village through the Green Mission. So for that, they donated around 25 acre of the barren rock. Almost 90% was a granite. There is no soil at all. So, and then maybe 10% it may be rock, small particles of rock. Maybe less than 1% maybe a soil in a lower area. So that land has gifted to me to do something for a village, and I felt, okay, let us try. Forest succession generally takes people is to, I have studied forestry during my BSc agriculture. So all the literature says it takes 50, 100 years. So maybe, so let's even take more time. So we started planting on the rock, rocky area. So what we did, we selected the plant which grows on the rock. There are plants, like agava, or there are xerophytes which grows on the rock, and we multiply them on the rock itself. So because the rock was emitting, when there is a sunlight, the rock get heat up faster than soil. So that maybe goes to 100 degrees or 50 degrees centigrade. So in that temperature, nothing grows. First you have to reduce the temperature. For that we chose the xerophytes of the plants. We multiplied. So wherever there is a space little bit, we planted some of the fast growing trees. For example, teak, silver oak, and all those. So we wanted something to grow up, start coming up from the rocky area. We did that. So with the support of all the village people, from kids to elderly people, including my own family, my relatives, friends, officials, everybody. Anybody comes to my village, even till today. We started in 2000. Everybody plant and go from my village. So when you plant a sapling to the ground, so that is like a spiritual. So people attach to that, and so that we created that in the community, farmers community, because farmers generally live near to the jungle, and nowadays all the jungle is cleared, just growing corn or soybean or ginger or even coconut. These are monoculture. So the farming is become it's not the choice of the people right now. The reason is, so they started growing only monocrop. They get once in a 3 months yield. So we are now largely propagating mixed plantations. So where in a small unit area you can grow many trees, many herbs, many medium trees, shrubs, and also tubers and underground. You can harvest maximum. So almost 10 times we can harvest from this using sunlight and natural resources and just arranging different plants. So that we motivated with the farmers field. So when I coming back to the granite area, so we managed, is a community managed, maintained for 3 years saplings using the borewell water from our own village farmers and even my own family. Three of my brothers in the village, they stay there. They are the guardians of my brothers, my village people. They are the guardians. So I just provide scientific guidance and also connect with the resources like saplings or any help required from government or any organizations. I provide the guidance. Much of the work done by farmers, so you should visit sometime. I request everybody to visit Anuganala village. Real experience, experiential learning. How this earth is so fertile. So you can see sunlight. Bengaluru, I am just recording this documentary from Bengaluru. It is almost subtropical to the tropical. So we have 365 days sunlight. I was also there in the US 2001 to 2010. So almost 6 months, the cold period. Entire forest is like a deforested. They shut the leaves, you won't get it. So we are blessed with the natural resources. Temperature is very pleasant and lot of diversity exists here. So that is we just seeded the idea to the farmers. Our primary stakeholders from our organization are farmers, because they know the skill. So almost 50% is how to grow the plants, they are aware about it. And you think about the entire, for example, I am just giving a Karnataka itself. So we have maybe less than 30% forest cover. So again, forest has been used for several other purposes by public, and a lot of encroachment, a lot of lakes, rivers have been encroached and polluted. So we started with the farming community, where education with the nature is already there. So we just did the enforcing them. So live with the nature, educating why we need trees, and with the trees how this ecosystem will be created, particularly rain. So without rainwater we can't grow anything. So actually the rain and the forest vegetation, they are interconnected. So if you visit Western Ghats, this is just 30 kilometers from my native village, and also we have a Rhine Hill, it's just 2 kilometers from my village. So when I was a kid, I used to watch how the cloud formation happens from on the mountain. It's called Rhine Hill. So within 5 minutes there will be a cloud creation. At the same time, within 5 minutes clouds are dissolving. So that phenomena is called rainforest phenomena, or in Kannada we call Malekadu, because almost 90% of people speak Kannada. So I work with the farmers with the local language is very important. So that education has been done. Yes, we had vegetation, we had a good rain, and then we all depleted. We all removed the vegetation. So there was a shortage of water. Groundwater almost depleted in every village, including my village, and a lot of agriculture problems and people facing difficulties living in the villages. So it's simple. If there is a vegetation, there will be rain, there will be water. If there is a water, farmers can grow any plants. So, but that education was lacking. So we bred that education. Instead of removing the vegetation, we create it back in their own land. The purpose of our organization heavily focus on farmers' land need to be created a mixed vegetation. So in that case, so everybody does is an ecosystem. So they can grow crops in between the trees, or you can layer up plants. So this is a very unique experience for me as a scientist. Like a lot of farmers themselves, they have the innovations. So we just identifying those and multiplying. So said that, so we have revived the vegetation in every farmer's land. Almost we have supplied almost 50,000 saplings from 2000 to 2005. Almost around 10 villages around. So we continuously enforced every family in those 10 villages, and then every farmers planted the initial 1 or 2 years. It was difficulty. So as I said, how we educated the farmers in 10 villages. Started with one village and replicated. On demand, we went to the other villages. So we did planting. We did. We supplied the. We had a nursery. We grew the saplings, variety of saplings, and combining both horticulture and forestry and agriculture related. Every family planted those, and then parallelly we worked with the government department, this is called watershed department, so where we desilt the lakes in all 10 villages. So combination of afforestation and rainwater revival. So what had happened at the now we almost 20 years, but what we saw within 5 years, we got the vegetation back on the granite. That was really surprise. So very heartfelt innovation I felt from the farmers who are involved in that, reviving that. So by next 10 years, so it has, the water table has increased. So we didn't have water in the particularly in the summer time, we have to go get somewhere far away places. So now every land is full of water, underground water. So around 50 feet to 100 feet you will get a bore well. If you drill a bore well, you will get 50 feet. Open well, we always have 10 feet water, 10 to 20 feet depending on the season. Even in the drought period, there is always the open well had water. So that is real breakthrough outcome from our DNA life. So we wanted to multiply this to every village, and that background, I was in the US navigating the whole work and reviewing. US is, for example, India now daytime is the night now. So now it's almost 11:30. So in the US, almost midnight. So I used to work, only one phone was there, satellite phone. 20 years back we didn't have. Now currently what we have, smartphones and all this. So with that continuous engagement with the farmers, it's possible. We have done continuous visiting the farmers field, talking to them, and take the leads who are interested and propagating their our ideas into their land. And other people started looking, the trees are growing, big trees are growing, so they had a value. So almost everybody, at least they got 20 to 30,000 rupees from the trees itself, except even they have a water for next 20 years. So we are given the lifeline for the farmers. So that is real achievement. I am proud to tell to the whole world, the village can be really is a center for the innovations. So we don't need to take outside technology to the village. Village already have it. We just mass multiply it. So that is what I identify as a person. I go and identify people who have the innovations in their land and replicate in the entire community.
Okay, so how many people got benefit from DNA Life organization?
Okay, so that is a very good question. So initially, I think up to 2010, 2000 to 2010, so we did almost 10 villages, approximately 100 families. So you can say around 1,000 families. So, so into 3, at least minimum 3 to 4 people per family. So you will at least 5,000, approximately 5,000 families are benefited up to 2010. So what we did in between, so our volunteers are global leads. So different parts of the states, Karnataka, different parts of India. So with my own network and other people is to connect through social media and all this. So we have more than I guess around 50,000 people who already, it is a decentralized. So whenever we, at least every day, 2 to 5 people they approach me, so they are implementing. So so quick we can revive our own land, infertile into fertile, and that from that we can earn money. That is a green economy. It's not just growing for a forest or a ecosystem or a rain. So people has to get benefit. So people found the values, and we can harvest from the, as a food we can harvest. People are already doing that. So even around Bangalore, a lot of people have replicated our ideas, and it is silently replicating. Suppose if I told one person in that one family in one village, so that entire village is get awareness. So in that perspective, lakhs of people, families around India, they are actually doing it. So it is going in a very rapidly. It's a decentralized. So we have not asked anything from those people. They are already harvesting from the food produce or even wood. So that's what as of today.
Okay, so as you told, till 2005 to 2010, you have revived that much village. So after 2010, what DNA Life organization has done?
So take this technology away from Assam district. Initially, our heavy work almost 3 talukas: Assam Taluk, Belur Taluk, Halur Taluk, because those taluka comes around our my village. So we encircle one village, 10 village, and then so almost in 1,000 villages. So we created a kind of green corridor. I don't say it's a very dense forest, but we have done like a snapshots. So what happens if they started planting on the burns itself? You can see, birds are coming. They're actually the reforester. So we invited the birds, and the birds bring the seeds from faraway places. They disperse. We cannot propagate. All the species exist on this ecosystem. So the players are birds. For them, we need a shelter. So in the granite itself, what I told you earlier. So we have lakhs of sandal trees. We have big trees now. So not a single we have planted. So you may be amazed to hear this, because we grew some of the fast growing, and they attracted the birds. Birds brought the seeds from the Western Ghats region. So the diversity comes from there. So the DNA from faraway places is moved to the new places through nature. So this is what our learning lesson from the deforested land into a forested land. I call it a green transformation. So ecosystem transformation, and is also livelihood transformation for the local people. So unless the forest, we can't revive the vegetation. Unless the farmers' involvement, I don't think we can go into revive the forest vegetation on the planet Earth, because they are the primary custodian. I say they are really scientists. They know each plant, each tree. They need little, not really financial help, knowledge and a support, courage from a scientific view. So we are doing that. Many of them, they are doing self financing now. Their own plant. They are getting thousands of plants. We used to supply 10 or 20 plants per family. After learning the value from the trees, different plants, different fruits, So now they are hunting for saplings. So they come to even Bangalore. They connect nurseries. There is huge opportunity for DNA Life to grow. You think about India is agrarian country. Every state is same issue: deforestation, pollution. If we revive this, motherly hood, the kind of taking care of nature, we surely we can address the climate issues in a larger view. Locally, farmers issue. Farmers need a support. You can't finance them to whatever the money, but you have to finance through trees, plants, and they bring the money for the farmers, and also the ecosystem is itself is come back. So we can actually increase 10% biodiversity. We had almost maybe 5% to 10% in our area. Biodiversity has come back at least 100 times more than that.
Okay, so what is your message for common people?
Okay, so common people, everybody, okay, anybody live on this planet, you need oxygen, right? So we have witnessed the oxygen importance during the COVID period. So the cheapest oxygen comes from these leaves, plants. So the vegetation produces oxygen, and that oxygen we are breathing. So it's very important. In the future, we know already water is now bottled. We'll get a water now, right? Water bottle. Earlier thought nowhere we will have that kind of scenario. So we already witnessed the oxygen cylinders. So if you end up with cutting all the trees, possibly we'll end up with decrease of oxygen. So less than even 15%. I don't know. So we can utilize this oxygen very, very fast. It will be used for oxidation, burning fuel. Our own, we are breathing, animals are breathing, earth is breathing. So unless the primary producers are plants and also the algae and the ocean. So I request everybody, please involve whatever your profession, either could be your agriculture scientist or agriculturist, or a doctor, or a veterinarian, or an engineer, or a space scientist, over. Please consider. It's a very easy job. Very, very, very. You don't need an investment here. What you have to do, either you have a land, replicate what we are doing, or you go to your village, involve students, educate them, and also involve farmers, educate them, and connect them with the particularly mixed farming, we call mixture of different trees, like for example coconut. You can grow arecanut in that. You have to plant in a distance way, or you can grow mango, you can grow coffee. So we have a different layers. At least 10 layer plants can be assembled in a 1 unit area. So you need a 1 or 2 acre of land. You don't need 10 acre, 20 acre. So this kind of activity required a smaller unit area. That is very important at this point, because in India average family land holding is less than 2 acre. So everybody believes it's unsustainable, but I say strongly after my interactions and my own experience with the farmers who are already doing it. So 1 acre is enough to sustain or you can lead a good life. As you lead a good life in Bangalore, same thing good life you can lead using plants and produce fruits, vegetables in that 1 acre area. So people are earning 5 to 10 acre or 5 to 10 lakhs per acre. So we have people take you to the farmers. You can see them, or you can get a guidance from them. So that actually required from everybody. Please go back and do that and address the climate change issues in a grassroots level. Thank you so much.
So anything you want to say about this channel?
Yeah. So we have reached now. We have people who have not studied English in a local language in the villages. A lot of people. involved in our organization. At the same time, we had high qualified scientists, professors, all those people. So please, so what I found, it is phenomenal growth. Okay, you will see the future or a lifeline of a human living better on the planet Earth. So take this technology to wherever you want. So you want more information, so we have a website called www.dnlife.org. You can visit the website, or you can go to our social media, Facebook, Instagram, so any social media platforms. Please subscribe to our channel. We have a YouTube channel. We are uploading all this information in the YouTube. We have a live demo from the farmers at the same time in a scientific information. So please do contact us. You can contact me at any time, 24/7, anytime. Okay, we work in such situation. Please contact me, Dr. Tushar. We have volunteers, more than 1,000 volunteers. So you can work as a volunteer as well. So that's very much needed now. Thank you so much.